Today I'm going to talk about the structure of the mesh. This is inspired by a conversation with Jesse, where about being more open about how we do things and where the decisions are made, and our structure. So we don't have a legal entity. We're a project of the Internet Society of New York, and all the money is controlled through ISOC NY, so we're fiscally sponsored by ISOC NY. So they have the bank account, and they oversee all the spending. Up until October, like from 2016 up until October this year, Jolie, who's over there, he's the president of ISOC NY, and Joseph's the treasurer. So those two people were looking after the money, and Jolie had the card, and he would put the numbers into Amazon so we could buy things. I sign all the contracts, like for SM1 and insurance, and I forgot I put that in there, Faustian bargains. Yeah, I sign anything for the mesh. Nearly all the money that we have went into SN1 and equipment for installs. So there's very, very little expenditure outside of that. So Jolie stepped down in October, and a separate account was made for NYC Mesh. So I've got a card now, and Joseph's still the treasurer, so he still oversees the spending and adds up all the figures. And Zach also has a copy of the numbers, so he can enter those numbers in Amazon too. So we only have one recurring monthly bill at the moment. It's $875, and but starting January we have another one for $870 at Supernode 3. So our total monthly recurring charges are $16.90 now, and subscriptions coming in are $18.30. So we actually covered Supernode 3 already, and with a couple hundred to spare. So this is from all the money comes in through the Stripe, which does the credit card information. So they graph everything for us. So these are all the $20 and $50 subscriptions coming in. That's $18.30. That was the total amount of money that came in. A lot of that's from install charges, $110 when we charge for installs, and yeah, we get lots of graphs there. So this is the bank account. So this is the total since we've had the account with ISOC. So the net donations, 27,000. Net other income, that includes 30,000 from the grant we got, and from ISOC, and the 10,000 from Mozilla, and that's the total amount we've spent on light beams and things like that. And so we have 14,800 in cash at the moment. So yeah, these are the things we buy. So the 110 we charge for install barely covers our costs. Like the light beam's 70, the indoor router's 20, and the cable's about 20. So we just barely break even on a simple install. But we've been doing a lot of hub installs lately, so we go a bit backwards on those ones. So we have to make it up in subscriptions. And sometimes some of the hubs, like Ehud's, which is a really important one in Brooklyn, we bought a server for that, which was around $400, so it could VPN back to the mesh. So that, yeah, the hubs are a really important part of our network now, so we're spending a lot of money to beef up the hubs. So I think the most mysterious thing about us is how decisions are made. We have lots and lots of meetings. I have maybe 4 or 5 a week of meetings, and they can vary between 2 people to 10 people. And we have a regular network admin meeting where we try and plan out how to improve the network and what we need to get. So this is where, and it's usually with technical things when you rationally just discuss it, there's an obvious answer, and we spend money on that solution to whatever the problems we see. So there's Ehud's VPN server, and Giorgio, who sadly leaves tomorrow, he's been doing 2 or 3 installs a week. So there's a lot of deliveries from Amazon to his place. So because we're shoestring, we can't really afford to buy expensive stuff, and I realize we've never bought anything that's over $500. We've got some routers that were donated, some air fibers. They're like 1,500. We've got 4 of those, but they're all donated. So we rarely, we never spend over 500 on any. Monthly charges, it's Supernode 1 and Supernode 3 are the only big monthly charges, and 0 employees, no employees at all. And going ahead, but I think we can actually get Supernodes for free going ahead, because there's a lot of big buildings that want to connect to the mesh, and so if we get fiber into the building and an antenna on top, we've got a free Supernode. So hopefully these 2 Supernodes are the only ones that we will be paying for in the future. Another, being a non-hierarchical organization, we don't really have titles much. What I've noticed about not giving people titles is that they tend to do everything. Like, you're not sort of limited to installing or network admin or whatever. People do a bit of everything, which is really nice. And the other thing is, everyone's just naturally attached to their neighborhoods, so they tend to look after their neighborhoods, their own neighborhoods. Mine's the East Village and downtown Manhattan. And because there's no structure, like I think people get onto Slack and they're waiting for guidance on whether they should do something. And you should just do it. Just go out there and extend the network. Ask us how, and we'll help you. This year's been insane for us, and we're all very overworked, so help us wherever you can. And I think I'm getting towards the end here. We're finally talking about forming a non-profit. So, seriously, we've been talking about this for 4 years, but we're taking serious steps at the moment, and there'll be some announcements about this soon. This is an exciting bit of news. Is we're starting to install these new dishes. They're just $300 a pair, but they get up to 900 megabits per second. So we did those between 2 hubs, and we got around 860 megabits per second between 2 hubs for $300. This is pretty crazy. That's between Henry and Rivington hub. And the next step is we're going to put the same antennas from Supernode 1 to there, and then another one up here. So we'll have like 800 megabits going up into Alphabet City there. It's going to completely change our architecture of these antennas. And that's the one we put at Henry Street, and that's Rivington Hotel over there, the red dot. So if you can host a hub node, it's great, and we'll help you with the equipment and install. And the advantage of hosting a hub node is you get very, very fast speeds. And next we have Zach, who's going to talk about networking.